Welcome everybody to another Phoenix Wright live stream, and we've got audio. You hear it? You hear it? Ain't it great? Ain't it great? We got audio. No technical difficulties this time around. Oh god, Addison, you're here to delete my saves. I don't need that, man. I don't need that. Welcome, guys. Okay, I will warn you. On one screen, I have the Blues game that I'm going to pay somewhat attention to, partially. I can see it out of my peripherals while I'm looking at the TV, so it'll be very interesting. But, last time we were doing this, we had to, essentially figure out what we've got that can prove Matt Ungard didn't do it, unlike Leon, who always is the source of all problems. I'm sure they'll play bad if you won't want to pay attention. Of course, of course you gotta join Jan on my garbage. Blues against Coyotes, that should be the Blues with the W. They got one the other night, barely. They had a lead and then almost gave it up there at the end, and almost went to overtime, but they pulled it out. They should win again, but it's the Blues. Who knows? Okay, so he's not here. Nothing here to worry about. Anything more at the hotel? That wasn't where I wanted to go. Because at this point, we're just looking for things. So third quarter defense is a struggle for them. Not all the time, just in that last game. Just in that last game, it was a big issue. Right, like 2 minutes left. It was a big issue. I don't think... Oh! Hot damn! I couldn't remember if we were here or not. I'm happy I came here. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Corrida's hotel room. Hey, you's finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. I always love it when Pearl's got her arm up and she means business. I love it. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Yeah. You see, and I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly, I'm staring at the precinct doors from the outside. I mean, so yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. You know what they say, when there's smoke, there's fire, dear Lord. Don't be jinxing my Blues tonight. They're on a 4-game win streak. I'd like it to be 5. Especially since, like, every team they're up against in their next 4 games has COVID, so they're all postponed. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey. Calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one. Just not the police's. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm worried about is momentum dying because of every game we got being postponed. It pisses me off. I'm gonna get all up in you guys' grill here to move the camera a bit. There we go. I don't know why. Every time. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper. It looks a little broken, yeah. And not the good kind of broken, though. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh, shit. Oh, by who? Me. of course. Hey, seeing this sure brings back memories. Like that time I got punched in the face by the school bullies because they hated my accent. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work. Trust me. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But, there's always a but. What? Well, you can't set the sensitivity, so you're gonna kill like everybody's phone, essentially. So it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. I mean, we gonna find ghosts all over this place. There gonna be so many ghosts, you ain't gonna know what to do with. He secretly just made a hell of an EVP detect, or an EMF detector. That's all Gumshoe did. He's a big Ghostbusting fan. But isn't it better that way? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, yeah. Anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl. Right, pal? EDP? No, you heard EVP. An EMF. I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device, some other sort of bug in this room, pal. So we're going to find it, right? Right. Now, first, let's turn the sweeper on. We're gonna be cleaning up in here if you catch my drift. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see. Oh, fuck, Gumshoe. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press the X button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's going to give off radio waves. So let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious. Okay, pal? Alright. I'm going to go stand outside. Keep an eye out. I'm going to beat the shit out of anybody who tries to come into this room. Especially if they got a cell phone. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? Oh. There doesn't seem to be anything giving off radio waves here, Mr. Nick. Keep a careful eye on the bug sweeper and let's try again. This sweeper isn't exactly the best. Well, make do with what you have, right? Oh, it was Bluto. Oh, there's some behind. I swear, there's some behind the painting. Bugging with me now. Am I the only one seeing like the 5 different colors there? Oh. Lamp. Check. Listening device? Nope. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah. And they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Yeah. I'll be more conscious from now on. Or conscientious from now on. Sorry. I don't really think the listening device is in the TV of all places. Looks like the TV was left on and it's now showing an old samurai movie. Yeah, this channel plays all sorts of international movies, as well as domestic ones.
You know, every time I watch one of these old movies, I always think, wow, these Japanese stars are really good at English.
I like that joke. I like that joke. That's a good joke. Good joke. Yeah.
When I grow up, I want to study Japanese.
Should probably keep my mouth shut here and not destroy her dream. Okay. Pearl's the middle ground of the sub versus dub wars. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally what Pearl is. Well, the phone's the most common place for a listening device, I'd say. But let's take the receiver apart first before we get ahead of ourselves.
Wow, you know a lot about electronics, don't you, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, I know tons, especially when it comes to taking them apart. It's my specialty. Well, ignorance is bliss. Truer words have never been stated. I'll leave the fixing part up to Gumshoe.
So, is there a listening device in there?
No. I really thought I had it. I really thought it had to be in the phone, too. A cell phone? Nope, no bugs in here.
A cell phone?
What? Don't tell me you don't know what a cell phone is.
I'm sorry. I've never seen one before.
Now that she mentions it, my cell phone couldn't get any reception while I was staying in Kurain Village. And Pearls has never lived outside of that village, so... Well, I guess I can't say it's impossible to live without one. Hey, I lived most of my life without a cell phone. Is it in the juice? It's not in the juice. I know, you're all disappointed it's not in the juice.
The radio is on and playing something. Oh, it's Kids Question Corner.
Professor, why is the Earth round? Oh no. Oh Lord. Oh, don't do this. We don't need this. Where are the oh God, the flat earthers.
Yes, why is it, Mr. Nick?
Why don't you listen to the radio program a little more, Pearls? I'm just saying, that's another phone right there. Oh, it's a calculator. It's a plain old calculator.
It says 50 on it.
Silly professor. The Earth is square. Oh God, really? Already a power play for Arizona? Dear Lord.
Maybe he was calculating his allowance.
Hashtag Cube Earth for life. When you're part of Cube Earth, you're part of Cube Earth for life. A whole 50 cents? Maybe if he was a spirit medium. It's the TV's remote control, but it doesn't look like the listening device is in here.
So I was thinking, I wonder if a TV remote works on other things. Like, can I make you change your expressions like TV channels? Zap!
Hey! But if I could... Oh, the people I would give the old mute button to. I know who Jaren would give the old mute button to. I know exactly. He actually does give the old mute button to him. Thinking about it. Well, I don't think it's going to work on me. Why don't we try it on Maya tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
But it's your favorite character, Jen. She's your favorite. There's no listening device in that notebook computer. Huh. Wow, I actually called it a notebook.
What's a notebook, computer?
Do you know what a notebook is?
Yes, it's a small book with paper that you can write on. So?
Well, that thing is like a notebook in a way. It's basically a small laptop.
Mr. Nick, what's a laptop?
How about the camcorder?
What's this?
It's a small video camera. No listening device in this gizmo.
Everyone's trying to make everything smaller and smaller lately, aren't they, Mr. Nick?
That's not always the best thing for people. Not everything's better smaller. I had to do it. I need to question Korean Village's educational system. What do you mean? They're just like the Amish. They don't deal with electronics.
Hey, phrasing!
There it is. There it is. Been a while. We'll get some more of that come Monday, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll get some of that when our boy, the Exalted One, returns. That's what it seems like. Oh god, what a block. Good job, Bennington.
But I want to grow bigger and bigger.
Hold in the joke. Well, eating only vegetables isn't going to help you there. You have to eat meat too. Ha, take that. Take that, vegetarians. Take that. It's in one of the bears. Well, it certainly looks like an alarm clock.
What's wrong? Why do you look troubled?
I just can't imagine a listening device being inside this alarm clock. It just, sort of reminded me of something that happened a long time ago.
Oh.
Well, anyway, it looks like the listening device isn't in here. We remember what he's talking about. A long time ago.
What's this? It sort of looks like a hot water pot, but...
Oh, well, it's kind of like a hot water pot, I guess. But instead of hot water, coffee comes out. Which is just hot bean water.
Really? This pot can do that? Is there a pot that orange juice comes out of?
I don't think there's anything like that, Pearls. Sorry. I'm gonna go with this first.
Oh, the water in this water pot has run out. I'll go get more water for it.
Okay. Sounds good. Looks like she's forgotten all about looking for the listening device. Okay. Is it in the fridge?
This is a refrigerator, right?
I really don't think the listening device is in something like this.
Because it's filled with nothing but healthy vegetable juices, right?
Yeah. Sure. What does that have to do with listening devices? These are the questions, Phoenix, we all want the answer to.
Wow, there's a really delicious loaf of bread in here.
Looks like it's been on keep warm all this time since the murder.
Well, Mr. Scruffy Detective always says, gotta keep the trail and crime scene warm.
I think the keep warm in that case is a little more metaphorical. Man, Phoenix, you really suck at finding listening devices. What the fuck is that? That really gotta keep the murder scene at room temp. Yeah, kinda. I forgot about the robot.
Ah, what a lovely bear.
You angered it, Pearls. See? See what happens when you anger the bear? Don't anger the bear.
Ah!
This must be one of those fancy bear-shaped toy robots.
It's a robot? It's a real robot?
Yeah, it's a real one.
Mr. Nick,
Yes?
how many horsepowers is it? How many horses?
How many horses, guys? How many horses? I'm gonna say at least 4. At least 4 horses. I didn't think about that! Oh, man, yeah! That's just Monokuma. That's just Monokuma in a different form.
Anger me, and I'll get very, very mad. And you wouldn't like me when I get mad.
Horsies? Well, look, it's a bear, so,
Are
you kidding me? I thought that was it, because that's the one thing I hadn't looked at. Well, the listening device isn't in the air conditioner.
Yuck! This air filter is covered in dust and dirt.
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Nick, let's wash it.
I wonder if being a neat freak makes even the tiniest dust bunny look colossal.
What?
Nothing, Pearl. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. I don't see any other electronics. Where could the listening device be? Oh, where could it be? It's in the chips. I kind of thought it was going to be in the Rolex, I'm not going to lie. Like, I didn't think the giant one had anything in it. Oh, fuck, the Coyotes scored. This is somewhat what happened last time around, almost. They just didn't score. They just got a lot of shots on goal. Ah, they were shifty with their passing, damn it.
This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Hey, so you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean.
No, not yet. But this bear's eye is...
Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we've got.
No, you can't. Such a violent act. Oof. No.
The bear is now eyeless. It's a miniature camera. And it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. Oh, what a meter? A transmitter, pal.
Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff?
Okay, Gumshoe, what up with the camera? So this tiny thing is a camera. Yep, it's a bin old CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems. It's essentially what we in the biz call a nanny cam. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera pop, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
Oh my god, I just thought about it. Man, that shows the age of this game. The fact that they're talking about tape for this camera. Not like your good old digital cameras. Ooh. No, we talking tape. We talking mini DVs. We talking like far too much money at a CVS for how little space on them tapes. What's tape doing in cameras? Oh my god, I had to buy some mini DVs for college because those were the cameras we had to use for some of our classes. I hate using mini DV. So much easier with digital. The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to the recorder.
So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it?
Damn, Pearls, you know a lot about TV broadcasts. Hey, you know, you're right. Yeah, you's right. You's right, girl. You's right. Ugh. So, what is a transmitter? It's the device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. Maybe this is some... No, yeah, this would be just high-def HD footage. Because if you got a transmitter, it's not going to tapes. It's not going to, like, DV tapes. You're not getting that. Ooh. Ooh. Like a video version of a listening device, pal. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's the timer, pal. Speaking way too much 20th century. Hey, that's the thing, man. You had your DV tapes, then we moved into the digital field where your cameras went from being this big to like this big. Just saying. Go from DV tapes to digital. And I'll still say, film looks better than digital. I said it. Gives you a good old like grittiness that film or that digital just doesn't give you. Ooh, tripping call. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. It's the boomer in you. I mean, I'm getting close to 30. I'm getting there, a couple years. So I guess I'm almost in boomer range. Can 30 be boomer range? I don't know what boomer range is. Oh no, Jan, you're turning 20. Oh, how much I would love to turn back the clock to 20. Be back in college, but I'd much rather turn the clock to 20. Oh, I saw the Blues almost get a goal. Oh, they almost got it. They just gotta get one, and then they'll have that momentum. That's how they won that's how they won the other night. Got one goal, had a lot of momentum, just utilized it.
You can set it to a certain time?
Yup. Let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for one full hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess.
Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here?
You know, I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder.
Then maybe...
Maybe this camera got the murder on tape. Technically digital. What? And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. The entirety. Fuck yeah.
So there was a camera in this bear's eye. And it was
disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Kurita this present? I don't know, pal. I ain't got that. But this means that someone out there has got a video of what happened here that night. You know what that means? We're gonna have to watch another video and we're gonna have to look for the blue blazer doing this. Nobody wants that.
Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is?
It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere. There's no real way to find out.
Oh.
Is there really no way to find out? I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you gonna do with it? I'm gonna go around to the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. I'll find your man. Spy camera and transmitter given to Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! Oh, God. I love Gumshoe. Oh, I love Gumshoe, man. So close to a goal there.
He's gone!
Yeah.
But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mystic Maya's sake.
And they can, given that dialogue, it can only be one person. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most ineffective ways, right? Ah! Yeah, I was right on that one. You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth? What are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward, one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, Wright. Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl?
I have no idea.
Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and transmitter that scatterbrain detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, the bear can tell us who the buyer is.
Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really?
Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. The idea of Edgeworth just picking up the bear and walking out like this. I love the idea of it. I love the thought of that happening. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. See you soon, Wright. Well, wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, Wright, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Carita? The real killer? Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, Wright. Everything begins with the truth. Juan Carita's real killer. Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ungard. And this card. Shelley the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. As you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. Woo-wee! I'm gonna have my water for this one. I will save my progress. I don't even know if I saved it. March 22nd, 9:14 p.m. Gatewater Hotel, Carita's hotel room.
It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it?
Yeah, Pearl, it's past your bedtime, I know.
I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
Don't think it works that quickly. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't worry. But if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. Except for me, apparently. I'm just gonna die. God damn it, the Coyote scored again? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're right.
So the real person who killed Mr. Carita was...
that assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right?
And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who is his client?
You mean, who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. Whoever this client is, there's still a killer.
Who? Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews?
I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be.
Matt Ungard himself.
If Mr. Ungard really did hire the assassin, then he is not
innocent at all. Far from it. He would be guilty of the crime.
But it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked it with him.
He didn't have any psyche locks at the time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. We're talking to Pearl about everything.
So what is this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Lost the Grand Prix. He's gonna make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. Had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Oh yeah, the big secret. The big confession. Whew. Oh, there you go, boys. Come on. They're slipping.
Mr. Ungard's secret? What is this secret?
I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Kurita was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Kurita silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it. Oh God, who's in the hallway?
Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. We still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Kurita held about Mr. Ungard, and Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
Sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. Oh God, Jaren, be ready. Hey! Wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care, but the request came from Edgy Poo, so... Edgeworth? And he said, if you feel angry, direct your anger at the unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. This is absolutely top secret, so you would better keep it to yourself. I heard they found a spy camera in one of the presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting.
Scandalous? What's that?
It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Kurita. I'll let you in on another secret, youngin. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious, puffy-head photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself too. Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, there was something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh. I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms.
That manager? Who are you talking about?
You don't know that manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Damn, yeah, let's talk about suicide in front of a small child. That's a good thing. Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impacts. Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one. That's it. Numero uno right there. That Celeste girl.
She was supposed to get married, you know. Married? You mean to Mr. Carita? That small child has visited multiple murder scenes and trials so far. Good point, Jaren. Good point. Maybe we can talk about whatever in front of the, 8-year-old. Really? You young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement. She's already traumatized. I mean, she is also a medium in waiting, so I guess she needs to know about death. I guess. Three days after their marriage announcement. What in the... You know more than you tell us everything.
Why would Miss Impacts want to kill herself? She was going to get married.
Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. What?
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right?
They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines.
But why? Why did he do that?
That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. Huh. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't think that would be it. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager says killed herself. How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
I would assume that, probably Juan was, doing a little bit of the cheatsy doodles and, not being as, good as he should have been. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. March 22nd, unguarded mansion, living room. Looks like no one is around.
What happened to that person with the stuffed teddy face?
Oh, she must mean that butler with the stitches in his face.
Shoo!
Pearl's a big fan of Danganronpa V3. Massive fan.
Oh, there you are. I guess you're still awake, huh, Shoo? Come on, let's play.
Dear Lord. I wonder if that butler, Mr. Doe, is already asleep or not. It's very comfortable and spacious lounge, so I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? What is with me and feeling inferior today? That's a mood.
Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here.
Well, we've already read really all this, so I don't need to, but you know. There's another door over there.
You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick.
Yes, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around.
There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick.
That's for Mr. Ungard's cat to use.
Oh, you mean Shoo?
The door. It's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. Yep. Alright. I don't think there's anything here, really.
It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Ungard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person you've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Ungard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission. So there you go.
What?
I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick.
Go talk to your heart's content? Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Well, guess where we're going. Putting on the big boy pants and we're heading to the detention center. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews are in the detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Who are we listening to first? Ungard or Andrews? Let me know. As I do some quick refreshing there. Oh, excuse me. Andrews first? Okay. Hello, Miss Andrews. How you doing? Oh, it's you. Sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was mad. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Kurita had on Mr. Ungard. Hey, I play Welcome to the Stream, man. I see you in here. Welcome to some Phoenix Wright. Some ace attorney. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? These are the questions that should be asked. Why would you become intimate with his rival? Why would you possibly bump some uglies with his rival? Why would you, arguably the most sex appeal we've had in this whole thing, bump uglies with his rival? These are answers we need. Go into some juicier stuff. This game is fucking great. And we're right at the end. Or at least we think we're at the end. The last game came out and was like, hey, you finished the last one. Oh, guess what? There's another one. And we'll see what happens with this one. I don't think we'll get entirely through it tonight. I think we'll have one more stream to get through before we get through this entire case. But who knows? I have some editing to do tonight. So, it's gonna... I don't know if I'm willing to just run through this tonight or make sure I get my editing done with some sleep tacked onto it. That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. Does it have something to do with your teacher? The person who taught you everything you know? Miss Celeste in PAX? About Miss Celeste in PAX. I'd finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. You in jail? I missed a lot. No, we are the lawyer. We're not the one in jail. We are the lawyer, not the one in jail. Essentially, here's the quick notes. Our assistant, essentially, has been kidnapped. And our job is to get an acquittal, or not guilty verdict, for our client, or said person that has kidnapped our assistant is going to kill her. So, yeah, we have to do that. That's essentially the basis. Considering how much tampering Fiesta has done, though he should damn well be. Probably. Hell, hey, wait, hey, if we're gonna say he should be in jail, fucking Edgeworth should be in jail, Francisca should be in jail. I'm just saying. So find your client and stop her. Well, our client isn't her. She is the manager to our client. She may be the murderer of a guy, but she's not our client. We'll talk to our client here in a bit. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I knew it! I knew she was after the note. I knew it. You were trying to bump uglies because you wanted that note. I knew it. I got that one on the nose. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. Okay. I respect that. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. A suicide note, huh? Wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard? That's simple. Because he's the killer. That's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But, there had to be another way. The police are excellent doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right? Phoenix, you're a little behind the times by about 2 decades, but, the cop in the back be like, That is some stuff. Yeah, he's always just chilling there. I always love that dude. He's only talked once.
Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did.
Revenge.
It's always a dish best served cold. With tomato juice.
Huh? Did you say something just now?
Oh shit, we got Psyche Locks to break. A Psyche Lock. Huh.
Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy.
Damn. I thought we were starting to become friends.
But
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge. Alright. I doubt we have what we need yet. But let's see if we can break that Psyche Lock. Oh, and since you're just getting in here, I have the Blues Coyotes game up on my other monitor, so I'm kind of eyeballing that every once in a while, just to keep tabs on it. Right now, it's not going so hot. It's 2-0 Coyotes, and I'm a little sad. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ungard for murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ungard. No, not those Coyotes. Those Coyotes I'm down with. I'm not down with the Arizona ones. At least not for this game. I don't mind the Arizona Coyotes. Honestly, they were one of the few hockey teams I knew before I even got into hockey. Legitimately, I think the only hockey teams I really knew before I got into it was the Caps, the Coyotes, the Sabres, and the Blackhawks. Those were like the only teams I actually knew of. Blackhawks because CM Punk. Caps because, well, they're the closest team to me. Coyotes because I'd seen them before, like their logo and such. And Sabres because of Ryan O'Reilly. I knew who Ryan O'Reilly was. Those were really the only teams I knew. Oh, and the New Jersey Devils, I knew them. And the Ducks. Everybody knows the Ducks for one reason. Mighty Ducks, man. Mighty Ducks. Fun movie. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Is it this easy? Is it just Celeste Impacts? Can I save here? Oh, I can't. I just go out. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. Should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. I'm thinking if I want to test that or not. I think I'm going to save here just so if I'm wrong, I can come back. But I think that's it. I think it's just that easy. It's the only thing that makes sense. Because they make a point of her being very dependent. So. Alright. I think it's got something to do with the suicide of her teacher. Her mentor. I think that's really what it comes down to.
Celeste?
There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And your boy got it right away. He didn't overthink. He just had to say it because just in case. High fives to me. Self high five. Favorite move in the world. The diamond cutter. And that is Miss Impact's suicide. Well, what are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that what it is? I don't think I'm right on my thought process, so I'm not going to talk it out. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think I'm right. Things about to go down, yeah? But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? That I don't know. That I do not know. I do not have the evidence for that one. So we're gonna have to back out now. I don't know that yet. I think I know how we get there, but I don't know that yet. Okay. Can we come back now and talk to Matt? I will leave real quick. Oh, shit! Fuck! Let's see, they're calling him Mr. Wright. So, I think it's just some random person. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Oh. It's Wolverine. Hey, Mr. Powers, what up? Mr. Powers? Oh, god damn it, really? Arizona's up 3-0? God damn, well, I'm turning that game off. That game's... Whew, there's no way they're making that comeback. I'm not gonna pay attention down that much.
What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial.
So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? Apparently.
I was talking with a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home, when all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest. I was brought back here.
Oh.
They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious. And go propone. It's more than you. Yeah, kinda. Kinda. Probably knows more than you. She does. Oh, Miss Andrews knows a shit ton, I'm sure. She doesn't, I don't think Miss Powers knows all that much.
I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime?
Anybody want to tell Mr. Powers, how creepy that sounds nowadays. I don't want to be that guy. So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about?
I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
You saw something important? What was it?
Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me.
Yeah, you got it. Mr. Nick, Mr. Maya and myself are your only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? Phoenix. I'm your friend, Phoenix. However poorly you may do, however stupid you may be, however small brain sometimes I may get. Hasta la vista as an example. You know, buddy, I'm always here for you.
This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
But what is he really like?
Well, let's see. Matt always been kind of a player with women.
You tell me the dude I gave the voice, Cha man, is a player with women. Oh my god, how fitting that voice was.
He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. I mean, he likes to, you know, I can't really say it with the young one here. He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself. What? How horrible! That's unforgivable! Oh, so sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him. Any hazards to guess who that is? Because I think we know that one.
His manager, you know, Miss Adrian Andrews.
Called that one. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Phoenix, every single dude wants to get with Miss Andrews. We've been over this.
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right?
Dazzling sort of image. But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you know? Yeah, but it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
Is it like everybody just found out about this? It happened like a while ago here, from what I know. You mean Miss Inbax?
We heard something about how her wedding was canceled. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up his skin is practically glowing with electricity. So, about the death of a young manager.
Hey, so you heard this. Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it.
We heard about that in court today. There wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is. Something bad for Mr. Carita?
Why do you figure so?
Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man.
What the fuck was Mr. Carita doing? What was Juan Carita doing? The term insidious normally doesn't get used unless it's something real bad. What the hell was he doing? Like, I legit thought maybe he was cheating or something. That's very plausible, but I wouldn't call that insidious. Insidious is like, this dude killed a guy. A truly insidious man. She mean Mr. Carita by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews, both at the detention center right now. Still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Excuse me. Whew. Back to the detention center. Okay, Mr. Ungard, we need to hear what you got to say, bruh. Dude, it's Mr. Wright. Hey, bro, what's up? Why are you out so late? You kept me up from like my beauty sleep, bro. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm like counting on you. So is your assistant. I mean, I didn't say shit, bro. I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Carita was killed by an assassin. That the assassin's client is this man, Matt Ungard. Like, what's wrong, bro? Look like you've seen, like, a dude who hired an assassin. Mr. Ungard, there's something I must know with 100% certainty. I'd actually like you to up that to about, like, 150%. You seem, like, kinda different, man. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. Bruh, why are you, like, so serious? About the press conference? You mean, like, the one where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai? So, how do I feel about the AEW Impact, New Japan, NWA crossover? The way I look at it is, one, New Japan didn't need to do it. I don't know why they did it. Because they, outside of Moxley and Kenny being back, along with the Bucks, NWA needs all the help they can get. So getting anybody would help them. As well as it makes them look good. I think it's more so for the American exposure. That I believe. But out of it all, I don't think it's really going to help much for anybody outside maybe NWA. Maybe NWA. AEW's AEW. People are going to pick it over WWE because it's not WWE. That's plain and simple. Impact is Impact. You can do just about anything, but it's not going to change much of the way people view Impact. New Japan is New Japan. They're top tier in Japan. That's what they are. NWA needs all the help they can get. This is just going to do plus for them. It'll help AEW because possible matches like Kenny Omega versus Tanahashi. Yeah, but I've seen it. Like New Japan. That's the one thing, though. And I'll say this much. I'm in the camp that hasn't enjoyed Kenny's run as champion. Because he's the AEW champion. Why have I seen him in a bigger feud on Impact? Like, I feel like he's making the title feel less important. Now, that's just my opinion. I feel like the AEW champ shouldn't be trying to collect other belts. And should be essentially... The Austin Aries thing was different, because he wasn't signed with Impact. He was not permanently signed with Impact and going to other companies. He was legitimately, essentially, a freelancer. So he could legitimately take any title he wanted and move. The issue with me is that Kenny is an AEW superstar. That's the difference, and that's what I don't like. I wish it was him going to companies and just bearing their champs to up AEW. That's the only thing I wish it was. I'm not big on the collector thing. Thinking of it like that. I literally just had that thought today. Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands Yeah, we've heard that. I'm not gonna read it again. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Yeah, I just like the possible dream matches. I can care less about who has the titles. I like the dream matches. They're all great and everything. I want a good storyline. And the belt collector thing works if it makes sense. I feel like if you're the AEW champion, why would you want, if you're an AEW superstar with the AEW title, why would you want other titles? Just essentially go to companies and say your title doesn't mean shit. This is the belt in wrestling. And go beat down their champions. That's what it should be, personally. Not to mention, I don't like the fact that they are bringing back the Bullet Club when they're not the Bullet Club. They're not. Because they're not in New Japan. That's another thing. And I'm not riding Tama Tonga on that. I'm just saying. I thought about it and I'm like, they literally can't be the Bullet Club because they're not part of the New Japan stable. So technically, they can't be Bullet Club. Oh god, Psyche Lock? Really? Oh my god, come on! What are you hiding? No, they were part of Bullet Club in New Japan during their time in ROH. That was a working relationship. That's why I'm saying they can't be part of Bullet Club right now, because they are not in Bullet Club in New Japan. They are the Elite, and Gallows and Anderson are not part of the Elite. That's the only thing with me, because technically they're not part of that stable. Dear Lord, we're never gonna get through that.
Mr. Nick, don't tell me.
Possible future feud with Elite against Bullet Club now. Tama Tonga ain't gonna like that. He gonna no-sell everything. He ain't gonna give a shit. He doesn't want to do shit with them. He hates every single one of the Elite. Tama is a different breed. But yeah, that was like, given his tweets, he ain't working a single match with the Elite. Like, you would have to literally force him to work the match and hope that he doesn't just no-sell and go into business for himself. Although I will say, I'd love to see that. I would love to see Tama just no-sell everything and go into business for himself. Just see the reaction from Kenny and the others. We get Tom and Tonga versus Simon Miller for what culture before he listens. Yeah. Hell, we'll get Tama Tonga in WWE before he listens. Like, you said a secret, right? But I, like, don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? Did you know about Mr. Kurita and Miss Andrews' relationship? Like, well, it's all over the tabloids, my guy. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Kurita. Her mentor was Mr. Kurita's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him. Celeste? Does that jog any memories? You son of a bitch. Ain't gonna say shit. Game still 3-0. Damn it. I'm totally not winning this thing. Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it a kind of pea? Like green peas?
Let's go eat one later, okay? Oh, I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else? Like a cat? God damn it, Engard, you are looking so guilty. Mr. Ungard, are you connected to Miss Impact's suicide in some way? Okay, how much can we get out of this? No. Pearl, we going to Pizza Hut right now. We gonna get you a personal pan. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan. Okay? Look, Mr. Wright. I can keep on saying it until I'm, like, blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any fucking attention the whole time that night. Like, I was eating, like, some delicious T-bone. It was good shit. And then I took a nap. Like, yeah. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a fucking snoozer. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night. I don't know if I've got anything for this, legitimately. I saw that I saw your tweet about the Raiders re-signing Nathan Peterman. Just trying to think. I wanna go elsewhere. Oh my god.
Mr. Nick, your phone! Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it?
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. Sounds kind of ominous.
Yeah, I know.
Hello? We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office like real soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. I'm in. And... Hello? Got cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow, I doubt that. Oh, what happened? What happened with Edgeworth? What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. This quickly? And this bear's what gave them away, pal. The bear? I figured it out, pal. Figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth?
Shh, Pearls. And go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spawn another person in their room?
Matt Ungod.
Huh?
Matt Ungod. Your client. That's who, pal. Here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Right. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This was the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear. That's a lot of money for a bear. A receipt? That's all you have? Nah, it's not just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, sure I sold the bear to Mr. Ungod. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ungod's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ungod himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be. So what about the spy camera we found? That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence. I know you don't give up. Or I know you don't want to give up, pal. I never thought. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Carrita's room was Matt Ungod.
Why? Why would Mr. Ungod do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Carrita in one of their rendezvous. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him? Mr. Ungod, that is? Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next.
I'm scared myself. I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt Ungod, what in the world have you done? Woo-wee! Back to this detention center. You're working, hey man, you're working really late. You know, it's like already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Like, relax. Don't you know that, like, ignorance is bliss? Look at that, Jaren. He's been reading the chat. But if, like, you really want to know, let's talk. Bro, we got this evidence, bro. Bro, we got, like, so much evidence that you are, like, bruh. This bear was in Mr. Kurita's room on the night of the murder. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Like so? It's a present, dude. It actually looks kinda classy, if you know what I mean. Yes, I hear it's quite expensive. Which is why it is very odd that this gadget was found inside the bear. This is a very small video camera. And it was hidden inside this bear's eye. Maybe it's a really curious bear? Bruh. Well, whatever this bear saw was sent somewhere using this transmitter. Which means someone on the night of the murder was secretly filming Mr. Kurita's room. I guess, like, Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. Huh? You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurita was... Well, Mr. On Guard? Hold on a second. I'm gonna ask my mom, okay? Oh. Oh shit. Oh, I guess I had to do the person and then show the receipt. Yeah. Mr. Ungard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Oh. But he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Ungard. If I didn't know how you work in court, like, I'd think I was in some, like, serious trouble. Come on. This is all a joke, right, dude? You're just, like, pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Bruh. I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Ungard. It's from when you, great show on Netflix, bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800 bucks. Yeah, I go to that department store like all the time. Okay, this $3,800. This could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's like ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles. That's terrible, man. That's not good for the elephants. You killed an elephant. Ew. Elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, The store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you ever... Oh, you even. I read that as ever, and I don't know why. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude. You should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes. You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like this? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is, of course. It would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know. Because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret is... Hey. Adrian Andrews? There's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Kurita, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal. Isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh, man, Mr. Lawyer, dude. That kind of scandal. That's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Kurita because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Kurita's room was... Okay, but getting the comedy channel for free. Alright. We must have all the info. We must have all the info by now. We have to. Whoops. I'm just moving places just to check. Yeah, so I guess we have all the info. Hi, Pearls. Yeah, I guess we have all the info. Huh. Okay, then. Whoops. feel like still I need to go on guard first. Let me save again here. So we can pop back out real quick. We'll go really quick through this first part again. Okay. Okay. You didn't spawn Miss Karita because of Miss Andrews, then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. Okay, it was that. Well, what is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer. And I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly? The Killer? That's ridiculous! Well, why, would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? What is it? Finally starting to get to the truth? I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt Ungard, I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because you're a hero of justice. Since you're the one who set up this camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Carita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt Ungard. Here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Mr. Ungard, you really did hire? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. What just happened? Why did this dude just turn into, like, what? You're telling me this whole time he had a slash mark down his eye? This dude thinks he's Drago over here? I don't know if I want to change his voice now or not. I think I'm going to keep it the same, even though now he's trying to be badass. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Ungard. He's even got some wine in him. Hell yeah! Like, well done, Mr. Wright. Now I will change his voice.
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
You really... So you are Shelley the Killer's client?
You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I don't think she had it in her. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? That's... You're lying! What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera in? A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
He knew about Miss Andrews' secret?
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all, assassins.
What?
Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's why... Yes, that's where the video comes from. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl.
God, I like this Matt Ungard better. This Matt Ungard's my guy. This is my type of dude. I'm down with this Matt Ungard. I defend this man.
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Carita? Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Carita had been able to give it, then Mr. Ungard's secret would have... Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it, really. But bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
Oh, I will say his voice kind of kills the throat just a tad bit.
And that's how Mr. Carita ended up dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone.
People are simply things to be used. Used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face. Sure, dude. And people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. The assassin, too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. He's got me there. He's got me there. He got me hook, line, and sinker. He got me. I give it to him. I give it to him. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Matt Ungard. Oh, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Carita, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room. You killed Mr. Carita. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Oh, but too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mystic Maya! You wouldn't want to test a killer. I just found the words together, test D-killer. Really funny. I'm a child. Ooh. He's a man of his word. Or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win Everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it. Yeah! The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. I didn't expect this to... Like, I thought for a second, just maybe, we were defending the killer. Just for a second, because I'm just like, that's a cool twist on it. Now you have to defend the murderer. How do you deal with that? But I legitimately didn't think that would be how they went with it. And they did. This is awesome. Well, Wright, what are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy...
No! We can't do that!
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What? What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. Only you can prevent forest fires. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer? Matt Ungard. That man is really... It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense. But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Huh. Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get Ungard an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, after all. You and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? Is it bad I ate fried rice, shrimp scallops, and a filet mignon, and I'm still hungry? I mean, that's, you got a big-ass stomach then, Jan. That's a lot of food, man. Sounds delicious, but a lot of food.
That's...
You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. Oh god. Oh my god, now we're getting Phoenix just questioning everything. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is phenomenal. Why are visual novels the only thing that seem to get character development spot on? Like, there's some RPGs that do it really well too, but why is it that fucking visual novels, almost all the time, they're spot on? This is perfect. This is perfect. Now we get the first ever time we're seeing Phoenix fight with himself. I love it. I love it. I only weigh 180 and my mom said I eat like I weigh 250. She calling you fat, man. People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record, which That ended a long time ago, Edgeworth. That ended like 4 trials back. I don't even have a good metabolism. My stomach's just a black hole. See, I got a bit of I still got a pretty solid metabolism, so I'm pretty good. That and DDP yoga. Trust me, DDP yoga works. It works, man. And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now?
The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Oh shit, we know that beep.
Then Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My. What is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please, why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Ungard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. God, I love playing video games, recognizing voice actors playing extras. Yeah, that always is great. That always is great. I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for their... I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my hard work. For my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is a part of an assassin's duty. You think Maki knew about that? You think Maki knew about client relations? An assassin's duty? He said duty. We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, you did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please, keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a the Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain... Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice, long nap.
Ah! No!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. We heard you! We heard you! And even more traumatization for poor Pearl, yep.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth. Did you hear that? At the very end of that transmission. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat.
A cat?
It can't be. That cat. Can it?
What is it?
I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for Ungard Mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. See, last chance you QB coach Clint Trickett got a D1 job? Where's he going? Where's he headed? Where's the former West Virginia quarterback going? He's Marshall's new wide receivers coach and pass game coordinator? Well, good for him. Good for him. Here we go. Hey, Gumshoe, you want to come? You want to come to the mansion? March 22nd, Ungard Mansion, living room.
Maya! Please answer us! Mystic Maya!
We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. And you also see Dior Walker Scott got a full scholarship? Really? At Hawaii? He got a full scholarship from Hawaii? That's awesome! Good for him, man! Good for him! He deserves it. Hell of a player. Hell of a player. He and Ungard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. Oh, I see exactly what went down.
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Oh, I know why. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right. Look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
Ah, I'm sure that's for Sue.
Do you think that this came through that little door? Ugh! This door, it's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. All the tag team, giving it the good old double shoulder block. Ugh! There's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is Ungard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antennae for sending and receiving video signals and a VCR. Oh, they were going to tape. Never mind. They were going to tape. It was not a digital camera. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No!
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. Looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. VCR and antenna the footage that the spy camera took at the scene of the crime. Was beamed here and had recorded on tape.
If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful.
Ungard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help?
Mr. Nick, where's the power switch?
Oh, I get it. So that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. Fucking Maya. What a spacious sofa. I bet 10 pearls would fit on here.
I don't think 10 of me would fit, Mr. Nick.
Ah, fuck, we know this ain't important. Let's get to the wine cellar. Koosh. We searched all over. Looks like he got away. I'm sorry. Looks like he slipped out of our grasps this time. And now, we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. The little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close. I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impacts? You mean?
Yes, Miss Karita's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impacts be here in Mr. Ungard's mansion?
Why does it say with love? This might be a clue. I don't know if anybody else is thinking the same thing, but I'm thinking Miss Impacts and one Matt Ungard where, you know.
Ah!
What's wrong, Pearls?
But please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
I feel like there's a lot of getting on in this chapter. There feels like it's a lot of just and there's been a lot of that. Or suggesting of that. What?
I thought you'd come!
Okay, if I'm gonna do this right, I gotta try this. Okay.
Yes! I thought you'd come! I knew you'd come!
Maya's become broken. my god. I love that. I love that.
Now, you have to go ahead and delete him. Now, listen up. You'd better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for this helpless lump. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. That's... No! Mystic Maya!
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Yep. Sandra's psyche lock. I could just find out what secret she's holding, and I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. March 22nd, Detention Center. Visitor's Room. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews. I've come to remove your psyche lock. Psyche lock? I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me, if you can. That sounds like a challenge. Hey, the Blues scored. They're still gonna lose, but they scored. Alright. This is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. What? With love. Fred. With love. Fred. If you know what that's from, you watch good Cartoon Network programming. Or you have HBO Max and you watched it off there. But either way, if you know what that's from, you're good people. And you might have been terrified as a child of a cartoon. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, it's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this in Mr. Ungard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Hell yeah! Excuse me. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes. Or, yes. But I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Carita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes. Because of Matt.
But because of Mr. Ungard? What do you mean?
Think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. Oh, listen to that music, though. Oh. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Fred, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture.
They were a couple, weren't they?
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away. Yep, the player.
That's so horrible.
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that's where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Yeah, I know this thing took a turn. I don't think we could have ever called this shit. Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. 4-2 Coyotes. Well, it ended the opposite of the last game. That's convenient. I see. So that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Carita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. I mean, dude might have been like, bro, I can't marry this chick who was with my rival. I think that'd be the ultimate, like, flex. Hey, that's just me, but okay. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impax.
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never hurt, or would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damning to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, I need to know what's on that note, damn it. With his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. Juan went to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. Oh! Wow! At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. Yep. And That was at the press conference after the stage show.
I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even brought a lighter.
Damn, she was ready.
But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt.
Ugh.
And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man?
I'm a lawyer.
I see. What a foul profession.
Thank you very much for your time and for talking to me.
It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway.
I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation. Or with what I know now. I can't sleep either. I've got to edit. I will say, the title of this stream is entirely incorrect. Do we want to go through the trial today or wait and finish next week? I've got to get some things done, so I think we might have to call the stream a bit early today. Just because I don't want to be up all night. I'd like to get some amount of sleep after I finish editing. Because I then have to do commentary and render that out completely and all that fun stuff. And hopefully get the video up tomorrow. While also doing a bunch of other things. So I think we're going to call the stream right here today. And we will handle everything else next week. We will finish this game next week. Or at least this chapter. We will finish this chapter next week. Can't guarantee the game. But we'll finish this chapter next week. What I'm going to do... just realized I hit the same track that I began the stream with. Didn't even realize that. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go to the end screen. But I'll send you guys over to Blackjack here at the end of it. Because I've been meaning to do it for the past number of streams. And I keep forgetting to send you guys over to Blackjack. So he's playing Persona 4, so you can go have a ton of fun there. So, you guys will be heading over to Blackjack. I will be over there for just a tad bit. Just say hey. And, yeah. Jump in. Get ready. For the raid. And I will send you guys over. Thank you, though, for being here. For the 2.5 hours. For just chilling with me, getting through that part of this. And we'll be back at it next week to finish it. I gotta move over here just so I'm ready. restart the raid just in case I'm not sure if you can't jump in or not, or whatever. But, set up one more time. Jump in, and we will head out. Yep. Actually, here's an idea. Help myself out mainly. Alright, nobody's gonna jump in. We ain't gonna raid then. I will see you guys. Because I gotta get a bunch done tonight. I will see you guys next time. Oh, I should say, before I fully head out, tomorrow we'll be back into the Nuzlocke. That'll happen at 9. We'll probably go for a good amount of time tomorrow. Because I really don't have anything to do Saturday. So, we'll probably go for a good amount of time there. So with that, I will see you guys next time.